Hi, and welcome to the Owatonna Today Show. It's Fair Week. Hopefully you're getting ready, starting your plan of attack on how to look at and enjoy the fair week this week. We will be at the fair on Wednesday and Friday, so make sure you check in on those episodes. Wednesday is going to be a lot of fun because we're going to be looking at what fair foods you need to try this year. And also at the fair, there's all those great commercial buildings, those people who come up, and a lot of our sponsors are there. So make sure you stop by and say hi to them as you go through the commercial buildings. So we'd like to thank them today for being a part of this amazing opportunity. We want to thank our premier supporters. They are City of Owatonna, Express Employment Professionals, Owatonna Public Utilities, Safe and Drug-Free Coalition of Steele County, Steele County Free Fair, and United Way of Steele County. Thank you to them. And our primary supporters, which are Amy Swain Hearing Centers and Little Theater of Owatonna. And finally, we want to thank our interlude supporters. They are Abraham Consulting Technologies, Bremer Bank, Brenda Bednar Mortgage Office, Glenn Meager and Tim Thomas of the Brick Meager Funeral Home and Medford Funeral Home, Brookdale Senior Living, Clarebridge and Sterling House, Carlson and Branstad and Company CPAs, ERA Gillespie Real Estate, Fairview Animal Medical Center, Horizon Eye Care Professionals, Clantra & Son Landscaping and Concrete, Napa Auto Service, Owatonna Business Incubator, Owatonna Foundation, Profinium Financial, R&K Electric, Snap Fitness, Steele County Historical Society, Steele County Transitional Housing, the Third Hand Incorporated Video Productions, and TPS Insurance. Do make sure you say hi to each and every one of those as you're out at the fair. Make sure you say, hey, we saw you on the Owatonna Today Show. And if you'd like to be a part of this fun ride, you can give us a call at 390-5751 and let us know. And Leanne will be glad to give you all the information you need. So stick with us. We are going to be talking a little bit of fair this week, as well as community garden. We'll be right back.
I'm Dan Branstad of Carlson Branstad and Company, Certified Public Accountants. We support the Owatonna Today Show.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, real progress. Making life a little easier day after day, taking pride in our community, listening to what you say, a voice you can talk to. We're growing with you. Owatonna Public Utilities.
Greetings, I'm Laura Resler, Director of the Steele County Historical Society, and I welcome you to our History Center. We invite you to join in all our activities, events where we honor the past and look towards the future.
Minnesota's biggest county fair, the Steele County Free Fair, is August 12th to the 17th in Owatonna. Over 40 thrilling rides on the Gold Star Midway, 3 free entertainment stages. See David Smith Jr. Human Cannonball, sponsored by the Minnesota State Lottery. Shout over the Midway twice daily. 7 grandstand shows, beer garden entertainment daily. Visit the new Alan R. Radel Family Livestock Pavilion. The entertainment dream of 2014, the great Steele County Free Fair, August 12th to the 17th.
And we're back with the Owatonna Today Show. We're here with Laura Resler. Hi.
Hello.
Are you okay?
I am. I'm great.
This is Fair Week, and
It is, and as soon as I leave here, we're going to be putting up staging and benches and filling the pop stands, so we're getting ready.
what is the Historical Society has been a part of the fair for how many years? Do you know?
Oh, I think ever since there was part of the Village of Yesteryear.
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
really,
yeah.
because the Seco Church was the first building that was put on the fairgrounds, and that was in, I believe, 1962. And Jerry Ganfield will correct me if I'm wrong. So, but that's kind of what started it all.
Yeah.
And then little by little, the village grew. And in the last few years, then we've added the entertainment stage, and it's just kind of a happening little part of the fair.
It's really changed things a little bit, hasn't it, having that entertainment stage, because it's really drawn a lot more people.
Right. It engages a lot of folks. You know, you can get an old-fashioned root beer float at the pop stand and sit down and relax, and then we have the shade and, you know, and enjoy the buildings. They're all open. And this year we have free admission to the History Center as well, sponsored by Federated.
So if you haven't seen it yet, there's no excuse this week.
Right.
You're going to be there. Go check out this amazing facility we have right here in Steele County.
Right, absolutely. And we have 3 exhibits in there. We have Steele County entrepreneurs.
Oh, yeah.
the Korean War piece, and then we also have Transfer of Memory, which is about Minnesota Holocaust survivors in its last week now on display.
So make sure you get out and see that.
Right, it's a great exhibit.
And it's, you know, it's been so interesting because you never stop moving forward. You're always looking for the next exhibit, and that's what's great about this fair time is that you're actually going to be
That's
creating
right.
the next exhibit during the
We
fair.
are going to work towards that. We have Coming of Age 1968, which arrives October 10th, and we've got a real great dedicated committee. Every time we get a traveling exhibit, we bring in local programming to go with it. So they are going to be collecting memories, and we have these forms, which people can pick up at the pop stand, the general store, and the History Center. And in the History Center, we even have a little table so you can sit and write it out right there while you're in there. And then the oral history team on Thursday and Saturday from 1 to 3 are going to be collecting oral histories about the year 1968.
And that will be at?
That'll be at the History Center as well, you know, and for those like yourself who weren't born yet, you know, but there's a lot of us, you know, that remember the year 1968. It was the year that Martin Luther King was assassinated, Bobby Kennedy, Peggy Fleming won the gold medal at the Olympics, you know, so feminists were protesting, the civil rights movement was in full swing, so it was a very volatile time in our history.
When you mentioned that you were 11 when this happened, and even for you though, while a lot of the new stuff didn't affect you, it affected the adults around you,
Right.
and that affected you.
Right, it did. In fact, I remember when Martin Luther King was assassinated, and you know, you go to school in the morning, and as a kid, you don't watch the news. And the teachers were literally in tears that morning, you know. So it was, you know, it made an impression. It was a horrendous year.
So we want to share those Steele County memories with people. So come give those oral,
Absolutely.
for sure fill this out, but if you have
Right.
time, make sure you come and give those oral histories of some of your memories. And it doesn't have to be about those specific events, does it?
No, it can be anything that was pertinent to you. I mean, you know, Steele County, while absolutely part of all of that, had its own history to tell during that year.
Yeah, so we'd love to talk about that. And then that will be part of an upcoming
Upcoming exhibit.
In October.
Yep, it's called Coming of Age, 1968.
Wow, that sounds like really a lot of fun. And I love the touch you bring of us, you know, of Steele County, of making sure that we're a part of that as well.
Well, and that's the thing now with the History Center and the new programming, we're able to engage people and people that have actually lived the history, you know, so that brings a whole new dimension to it rather than, you know, the far past where you don't have actual, you know, one-on-one with any human being to know exactly what went on, or you didn't live through it. So,
Right.
you know, you rely on research and newspapers and things like that from the past.
Well, in 50 years from now, we will have these live recordings of people
Right.
who actually were there in that moment. So it's just a great thing. But, you know, like you said, one of the things that's so great about the fair time is that you have this live music.
Right.
And you have some new things that are coming out.
We do. We have some new groups. You know, Gary Ebnett gave us a lot of new entertainment over the years, and unfortunately he moved to Colorado.
How dare he?
I know, exactly. How dare he? You know, we thought he should come back, and I hear he is in Owatonna, so he
Somewhere?
might make a surprise appearance. But anyhow, you know, some of the folks that he brought to us have now kind of carried on the tradition. You know, we've got the Furches, Dan Lear. We have a new group, Turpentine Wine, which we're really excited to see. Old favorites like Danelle Lenort, Peddler, Pumper, and Politician, which is Tim Penny's group. You know, Tri-MW's, Joe's Concertina, Irv's Concertina. So we've got a great mix of, you know, the old and new types of music, and it's just a great time to come and sit and enjoy the village.
And so that's very important, I think, for people to understand. It's not just old-timey music in the Village of Yesteryear. There's actually just going to be something for everybody.
Absolutely.
So it's a great chance to hear the music, come on out, see what's going on. And then there's also very interactive events going on at the Village of Yesteryear as well.
Well, we have all the buildings open, you know, so people can go in and take a look or a peek. Some of the buildings will be roped off. I warn people in advance because the buildings are artifacts, and it takes about 50 people a day to staff the village.
Wow.
So because it gets increasingly more challenging, you know, we have to sometimes, you know, just put a rope across, and you can still see.
Like you said, peek in.
See anything you want, but you know, the buildings that get the most traffic are all staffed and have folks.
Which
sitting
buildings do get the most traffic?
Probably the Danelle House,
Okay.
General Store, the cabins, the farm machinery building looks wonderful. there's been a team working on that as well, so it's newly interpreted and tells a great story of early agriculture.
So come see that, because that's going to be a new look to it.
And the general store, we had a legacy grant where the building was inventoried, so it's been reset. It looks totally different.
Oh.
And so that's a lot of fun. And that's just a favorite no matter what's going on. People love to go in there. And we have the old-fashioned candy for sale in there, so
Good.
kids like it.
Good.
So that'll have a new look. And then the Donnell House also was inventoried, so there's a few changes in there as well.
And all of this costs lots of money for people to come and see.
You don't know it doesn't. It's the free fair. It's the free fair. But we do appreciate if people would make a donation of $1 at the Donnell House.
Yes.
You know, and buy a float from us. You know, we've got the best value, I think, on the fairgrounds. We have the Henry Weinhardt's old-fashioned sodas in 4 flavors. You get a couple scoops of ice cream, a whole bottle of soda, and it's $4.
Wow, that is a really great deal.
Yeah.
And how many people do you think come through?
Well, we were told several years ago that 41% of everybody that comes to the Steele County Fair comes through the village.
That's great.
So that amounts to probably about 140,000 people now.
Yeah. Because you always want more, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. You know, that's human nature.
So when are the events and when people can start hear the music?
Well, we'll have music starting Wednesday. You know, Tuesday is the mad dash for all the food vendors. You know, so we
We'll
don't
be
try
part
to,
of that,
We don't
yeah.
try to compete with that. So it's all about the food on Tuesday. And so, you know, it's beginning Wednesday, and we usually start the entertainment have it from noon to about 7.
Okay, so that's when you can go over there and experience that. Of course, the houses are open throughout the fair.
Right.
So
We are open, you know, because we have a little different hours. We're open noon till 8 every day, Sunday noon till 6.
Okay.
And tomorrow it's 5 to 8.
Okay, so just because it's opening day, that kind of thing. Good. Well, I want to thank you for your time today.
Well, thanks for having us.
What is one thing, I know you're not a native of Owatonna, but what is one thing you love to do when you go to the fair? What's your one tradition that's important for you?
Oh, you know, I don't have any one particular thing. And the last 12 years, I've always at the village. So I would say it's probably being at the village. And that.
And do you have a favorite exhibit at the village that draws you and you just love to look at it?
Oh, I love all of it.
Yeah.
I really do. We're so blessed to have it.
It is. It's a beautiful village, and it's so great and accessible. And I think people need it. So make sure you get out there. Make sure you go check out the Village of Yesteryear. And what's the best way to get to the Village of Yesteryear if people haven't been there for a while?
Well, probably we're on the southeast side of the fairgrounds. We're on their maps. On every day I post on Facebook what the entertainers will be, so you can check that out. So
Yeah, make sure you check out the page
Yeah.
and everything. Good. Well, thank you, and just you can do this.
oh,
Keep
absolutely.
breathing.
We have great volunteers.
Yeah, she does it every year.
I
so.
do it every year. So yeah,
Good. Thank you so much, Laura.
you bet. Thank you.
We'll be
Shelley.
right back. Please stay with us.
Recreational fires are allowed within the Owatonna city limits. They must be contained within a fire pit or a device designed for such use, and can be 3 feet in diameter and no more than 3 feet high. They must be 25 feet from a building or combustibles. Only untreated or unpainted woods must be used. Fires must be attended by a person at all times that are capable of extinguishing the fire. This has been a safety tip from the Owatonna Fire Department.
Have you talked to your teen lately about marijuana? Maybe you should. Regular marijuana use can sap a teen's motivation to learn. Users do not live up to their potential and drop out of positive activities. Marijuana affects memory and learning and stays in your system for weeks. Marijuana also affects judgment and perception. Reaction time while driving is reduced by 41% after smoking 1 joint and 63% after smoking 2, affecting the safety of your teen and others on the road. You need to talk to your teen about the effects of marijuana use. It's not just a harmless high. For more information, please contact the Safe and Drug-Free Coalition of Steele County.
Hi, I'm Glenn Mager.
And I'm Tim Thomas of the Brick Mager Funeral Home, and we're proud to serve the Medford and Owatonna areas with cremation and traditional funeral services.
And we're proud to be a part of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, this is Barry Gillespie, president of ERA Gillespie Real Estate, where our pledge is to save you money, save you time, and simplify your life. And we're proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hello, I'm David Einhaus with the Owatonna Foundation. Thank you to all of our donors who have helped make Owatonna a better place to live. Will you join us today with a financial gift? Owatonna Foundation is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
And we're back with the Owatonna Today Show. It's a beautiful summer day, a little cloudy, but I love the breeze that's going on. It's a perfect day to spend some time in your garden, and that's what we're going to talk about today. We're talking about the community garden, but first, as usual, we'd like our lovely ladies here to introduce themselves. We'll start with you, Verna.
I'm Verna Thiede, Master Gardener from Steele County.
And I'm Lorrie Rugg, also Master Gardener here in Steele County.
And we are at the community garden.
Steele County Community Garden,
which
yes.
Some people didn't even know we had one.
Exactly.
So tell me a little bit about it.
I believe this is probably our 4th year,
I
Lorrie?
believe so,
yes?
Yep.
Okay, and we have 30 plots. Just about all of them are taken this year. We tried 40, I think, last year, and because of the wetness of the spring, it didn't work real well. So we resorted back to 30 again this year. It's 20 by 20 size, and you need to pay $30 to have a plot out here at the garden. And we have informational meetings in the spring, and we would encourage more people to join us. Mm-hmm. If you don't have a spot for garden, or if you need extra room, or
if you have deer in your yard, you like to eat your regular garden.
I might have a here. At least I have an electric fence here.
Yeah. Well, that's what's amazing about this whole garden concept is it's not just a plot of land. You actually have put a fence around it. It's a solar electric fence. Keeps out the bunnies, because we saw one guy hopping around.
Yes.
Yeah, he doesn't live in the garden.
Yes.
Yeah, he doesn't live in the garden, but he lives near it, and then it keeps out the deer, and so that's solar powered, as well as you put the runners down to keep out the weeds. So you actually do give people kind of a running head start.
We hope to. We're still battling the weeds, and we're trying to add more compost every year. And what we have new this year is our informational sign. It's a place to post concerns, post questions. If we have things that we would like to share with the gardeners, they can be posted here. So we haven't really utilized it a lot because it just was finished a couple of weeks ago, but I think it should be very useful.
Yeah, I think you should turn around and read the inscription, not the top one.
I put a couple of messages on there that we have changed and wrote Owatonna Today Show was here, but I also said gardeners never give up. It's just a little quote, and then someone finished it and said, unless the weeds morph into monsters. And some of them have, so yeah.
Well, that's what I really appreciate about having this kind of community. You actually have people that you can talk to, because there's somebody out here almost every day working on their garden. So if you're having problems, because you were mentioning how at your home it's very sandy, and this is very clayey.
Yes, yes. It has been a very new experience for me, because we had a very wet spring and it stayed wet out here for a long time. We maybe should have planted some rice or taro or something like that likes to be planted in water. So.
Yeah. Well, but that's learning that since you can come from that, you can help these other people, who are just starting. And so what we want to do really quick is go take a look at some of the gardens that people have worked on already. So stay with us. We're going to just take a quick jaunt over there, and we'll be right back. And we're back, and we're going to talk a little bit about the gardens and that kind of thing. But one of the things I want to talk about is the variety of things that are planted here. Because even in this one garden, we're seeing vegetables, but we're also seeing flowers and that kind of thing. Talk to me a little bit about what the limitations are.
I don't think there are any limitations as long as it's legal. So. We happen to have a couple of master gardeners. This is Mary Cox's garden, and she has a big variety of things. Squash, chard, dill, and green beans, and peppers, and tomatoes, and sunflowers in the background. I did a plot this year right next to her because I wanted to try some vining plants. I don't have room in my garden at home for watermelon and squash and pumpkins, so I brought them out here, and I had extra tomato plants and a few extra pepper plants. So But if you look around, you can see cabbage, lettuce, even some marigolds, and that gives the gardens a little color, but just a wide variety of vegetables. And it's kind of interesting to see all the different things that people grow.
And we talked a little bit also about some of the new things. You added more hoses so that because before some of the farther reaches you had to use watering cans,
right.
But now you can use hoses.
We added 4 new hoses and 4 new spigots this year, so everyone should be able to water with a hose as opposed to having to carry water cans. So
good.
That's going to help a lot. And then we also put down a weed barrier in the paths, which has also been a big improvement to keep those weeds down.
Well, and one of the great things about this kind of opportunity is that you can then show off what you do at the fair. So we're going to send it over to the next. We've got so many opportunities for you to switch, if you don't mind.
Yep,
Thank
no
you.
problem.
So you're a busy bee. Not only are you out like fighting off the deer in your garden,
yes,
but you're also out talking to people and giving them advice about their gardens. So tell us about some of the events that you've got coming up as the Master Gardeners.
We are going to be down in the park the 2nd and the 3rd Saturday of August, and also again the 3rd weekend August, that Saturday. We'll have a booth down there if people want to bring samples of things, if they have questions about them concerning diseases, or if they find bugs that they don't know what they are, put them in a little jar, bring them down. On our Master Gardener listserv, there's lots of pictures now of what's this insect, what's this plant, what's this weed. So
why is that so important to understand that when you're in your garden?
That way you know what to control them with and how to control them correctly, so you don't use the wrong thing, or some of them they'll go away, so you don't really have to do anything.
Okay.
So, come on down to the park those Saturdays. We'll also be at the fair, at the county fair. We'll have a booth again in the flower building, and we'll be there on and off through the duration of the fair, answering questions. And there again, if people want to bring in samples, they are certainly welcome to do that. And if we don't know the answer right then, we'll get back to them and with the answer.
We're talking also a little bit about the judging. So I know I judge people all the time, but I think that's a whole other different thing.
The judging I do,
no,
yes.
I don't know. So tell me a little bit about what you'll be judging at the fair.
Well, I don't actually judge here at our fair because I'm a little close to ties here, but I do judge a lot of county fairs, particularly 4-H, but I am doing some open class flower judging as well. So people look for plants and flowers that are in top mint condition, without bug holes, without damage. If, for instance, the requirements are 3 flowers in an exhibit, you want to make sure those 3 flowers are in the same stage of blooming, that they're all about the same age, that they don't have any bug damage on them, that they're all, in tip-top form. And by doing that, and this is what I teach my 4-Hers a lot, cut the flowers the night before the fair, let them harden off so that when you bring them for judging that day, they're at the top quality that they can be.
Because we love walking through the flower barn. That's what you guys will be over in the flower area. It's so beautiful, and I'm not being a gardener, I don't really understand. So to know that, there's all these specifications. When people come into that, will you guys be willing to talk to them, walk them through that, and talk to them about what those are?
Yep. And it's best when you cut flowers in your garden. If you're just going to keep them in your home, take a pail of water outside with you, take a sharp scissors or a sharp knife, cut them, and immediately put them in that water so that they're not without a water source. Don't leave them, lay for a few hours. Oh yeah, I'm going to be back in sometime soon. And they need to be in water all the time.
Okay. And then what about your garden? So you were talking a little bit about bugs. There's some beautiful butterflies flying around here who want to eat their cabbage.
Yeah, you see
they're hungry.
white little moths or butterflies, they're bad because they will develop into larvae that will eat your cabbage.
Because they put what other things about this time of year should we be looking for in our gardens?
Oh, I just had a lady today come into the shop where I work, and she said, I've got something eating my green beans. Well, it's a floraline plant bug. So I looked it up online, I showed her a picture. Yep, that's what it is. So I told her how to take care of it. So they're kind of rampant right now. Things eating spinach. I've had something on listserv this afternoon about that. There was a little worm somebody posted a picture on. What's this and why is it eating my spinach? So
I wouldn't eat your spinach, so I don't know why they are.
So those kinds of things, that's what you're looking for probably about this time of year.
And then I wanted to ask you a little bit about homeopathic things, because we do live in a great community that has lakes. We don't want to get any chemicals into those lakes. If people are interested in finding out maybe some natural ways to use to help deter bugs, are there options for that through?
Organic ways, yes. I guess a lot of the home remedies aren't research based, so we as proponents of the University of Minnesota can't really say those work that well.
Okay.
They need to be research-based so that we know we're not putting bad things into the soil.
Yeah, and that's really important. And we were talking a little bit earlier about some people plant marigolds, and there's a thought that maybe they'll, for some reason they keep away bugs or rabbits.
Yep.
So,
you know, and that kind of thing you can do. There's horsehair, there's urine, and, you know, there's numerous of those kinds of things. So try them all. Give them a try.
Good. Well, come ask about them. You know, you'll be at, and where will you be again those 2 weeks?
We'll be at the downtown farmers market at the square, the second and third Saturdays in August, also the third Saturday in September, and we'll be at the fair.
And they've had a lot of experience, so I'd love to have you come down. Thank you, ladies. As usual, it's a pleasure seeing you. And if you'd like to be part of the community garden, all you got to do is contact the Master Gardeners. Next year, they'll have a plot ready for you.
Yep.
And give you some help with it, too.
Yep.
Thanks so much. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Amy Martinez.
And I'm Adam Martinez, owners of Snap Fitness in Owatonna.
Snap Fitness is a fast, convenient, and affordable fitness center, and we're proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
Everyone deserves opportunities to have a good life, a quality education that leads to a stable job, enough income to support a family through retirement, and good health. But the reality is, many children fall behind, many families are struggling, and many others are in poor health. United Way's goal is to find long-term solutions. Thanks to a grant from the Otto Bremer Foundation, we're hosting community conversations this year to address these issues. If you'd like to join us, please call our office.
Hello, I'm Sean McNulty.
And I'm Deb Gillard with Brookdale Senior Living, Sterling House, and Clarebridge of Owatonna.
And we are a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Thanks so much for spending time with us today. I want to let you know that it is Renaissance Festival season, and that means we're going to be giving away free tickets. So make sure you like us on Facebook or comment on Facebook, send us an email, however you want to do it, to let us know you'd like a free pair of tickets to the Minnesota Renaissance Festival, and we'll put you in the drawing for that. So make sure you get that soon so we can get you going next week. The Rice Steele 911 Center has officially completed all requirements and has been awarded a full partnership in the Missing Kids Readiness Project from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. The Missing Kids Readiness Project promotes best practices for responding to incidents involving missing, abducted, and sexually exploited children. So making our community a little bit more safe with the Rice and Steele 911 Center. Owatonna Parks and Recreation presents Movie in the Park with free event and popcorn Friday, August 22nd in Central Park. The movie starts at 8:15. Concessions are available, which include Kona Ice, Ozzy's Cotton Candy, and free popcorn provided by the Owatonna VFW. And it's going to be Yogi Bear at Jellystone Park. So make sure you get out and enjoy that this Friday. The public is invited to participate in the upcoming Living Well with Chronic Conditions workshop beginning in September. The workshops are free and take place at the Owatonna Hospital every Friday. Find better ways of dealing with pain and fatigue. Discover easy exercises to improve or maintain strength and energy. Learn the appropriate use of medications, improve nutrition, talk effectively with family, friends, and health professionals, and understand new treatment choices and feel better about life. For more information, call 507-977-2171. Thanks so much for joining us here today. We will see you on Wednesday and Friday at the fair. So we'll talk to you then. Have a great day.